everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. Let us start with our today's session. Before that, I will just give a quick recall about our previous video. In previous video, we have studied about molecular structure and organization of skeletal muscle. In that, we also discussed that skeletal muscle is formed of bundle of muscle cell or muscle fiber. Okay, bundle of muscle fiber or muscle cell is surrounded or embedded by connective matrix called as endomysium, and bundle of muscle cell and endomysium is surrounded by connective matrix sheath called as perimysium, and also composite of bundle of skeletal muscle cell and endomysium and perimysium forms the fasciculus. Okay, and several fasciculus called as fasciculi forms the skeletal muscle, and these fasciculi are surrounded by epimysium. So total this is called as skeletal muscle. And let us know today in which part we are going to study in this video lecture. Here muscle fiber is consist of myofibril, which is also called as muscle fibril. Okay, and this myofibril consists of thin filaments and thick filaments. Okay, thin filaments are called as actin filaments, thick filaments are called as myosin filament. And also we studied in our previous class this skeletal muscle consists of muscle fiber consists of myofibril, and this myofibril consists of series of basic units called as sarcomeres. Okay, so I hope you are connecting with the content. So now we are studying this part. Okay, we are zooming out this part. We are studying about the sarcomere in detail. Okay, internally we know that sarcomere is the basic structure for the contraction. Hence it is also called as contractile machine, and this contractile machine consists of thick filaments and thin filaments. And internally sarcomere consists of three regions, that is I band, A band and H band. And let us know why these are named as I band, A band and Z band. Here the reason is that when polarized light is applied, when we observe through the optical microscope or polarized light microscope, when it is passed through this region, the velocity of that polarized light is same. Means here polarized light passes through this region with same velocity. Here I means isotropic band. Iso means same, and that means that velocity is passing through in this region is same. It is passing through in this region with the same velocity. And this I band is you can see in the diagram itself. I band is a peripheral band. Okay, and it is a lighter band. It contains actin filaments, that is thin filaments. This region you can observe in the diagram. This are called as thin filaments. Okay, this portion actually forms the I band region. Next, moving on to the A band. A band is called as anisotropic band. You can guess why it is called as anisotropic band, because polarized light passes through this region with variable velocity, and it is darker band. Okay, and it is central band. And A band contains thick filaments and thin filaments, contains both thick filaments and thin filaments. Means it contains myosin filament and actin filament. That reason actually forms the A band. Then the last one, that is H band. H band, it is also called as Heller band. That is due to the name of the scientist. It found in the middle of the sarcomere. It found in the middle of the sarcomere. It found in the middle of the sarcomere. Contains myosin filaments. It contains a partition structure called as M line. You can see here it contains this H zone contains the partition structure, that is M line. This M line makes the or it divides or it partitions into two identical halves, means two similar sides. Okay. And this M line in composed of several proteins, that is including myomycin. It includes the protein called as myomycin. Which one? That is M line. And what is the function of the myomycin? Here myomycin organizes the myofilaments and anchors them to this M line. So okay, myosin, these we know these thicker filaments are called as myosin filaments. So how these are anchored or attached to the M line, means with the help of the protein called as myomycin. These are all exam points you should have to remember. And coming to the peripheral which are located at the edge of the sarcomere. So here you can see in the diagram, here this is the myofibril, okay, myofiber, that is muscle cell. It contains the myofibril. Myofibril contains a series of basic units of sarcomere, and when we zoom out this portion, here you can see the sarcomere. Okay, this from here to here, this forms the sarcomere, and at the end here you can see the Z lines. Z lines are nothing but you can call, these are also called as Z disc or Z disc. Okay, these are basket like lattice. It is woven like this, woven like basket like lattice. Okay, and these are composed of many proteins called as alpha actin, desmin, capsaicin, cinnamine, calpain and calcerin. Like this it is made up of, that is Z line. Okay, this is the structure of this. When we zoom out here, this is the structure of the single sarcomere, this part. When you zoom out here, we can get the structure of this sarcomere. I hope you understood. See, I'll just give a quick recall. It consists of 3 bands: I band, A band, H band. Okay, H band contains the M line. At the end you can see the Z lines. Okay, so this portion forms the I band and this portion forms the A band. Okay, what is this? This is the internal organization of the sarcomere. Okay, I hope you understood the structure of the sarcomere. Let us move on to the one more topic, that is molecular mechanism of skeletal muscle contraction. Mechanism of skeletal muscle contraction. So you should be curious now. Now we learned the basic things which are related to muscle contraction. Means we get to know the filaments, sarcomere, and how is the internal organization or molecular organization of the muscle structure. So now we should know how these content is helping in the contraction of the muscle. So for that there are so many theories have been proposed. In that, well accepted theory is the sliding filament model. Okay, well accepted one is the sliding filament model. The sliding filament model or sliding filament theory was proposed by Gene Hansen, Andrew Haxel and Hung Haxel. Okay, sliding filament model, basically it is based on the structural changes occurring in the muscle fiber during contraction. Here you can see that this is the structure of the sarcomere. I have given the structure of the sarcomere. We know that this is the skeletal muscle. Okay, you can name it as this is the skeletal muscle, where we are going to see the muscle cell or muscle fiber. Muscle fiber contains the myofibril contains the sarcomere. This where we are going to see the thicker filaments and thinner filaments. Where thicker filaments and thinner filaments are located in the basic unit, that is sarcomere. Okay, this is the thicker filament and this is the thinner filament. So when the muscle is at rest, okay, means when muscle is extended, we are going to study from that part. So what here sliding filament theory says that it is based on the structural changes occurring in the muscle fiber during contraction. See, during contraction there is a only you can listen carefully, which is very important. What I am saying is there is only a structural changes. I am not saying there is a cut in the muscle or something. No, there is only structural changes occurring in the muscle fiber during the contraction. Okay, according to this model, during contraction sarcomere undergoes shortening or contraction. Here it's only merely undergoes shortening or contraction. Okay, there is no any changes. Andre